What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ro, back in the video. Time to teach you how to get a graphic design job without no experience. So stay tuned to check it out. Peace. All right, step number one to get your graphic design job, visualize your dream job. So when I'm visualizing my dream job, when I'm trying to figure out what I want out of my life, my career, whatever it is, I like to ask myself these questions to get my creative juices flowing. What skill set does it require? Is it logos, branding, website design, illustration? What is it? What does the office look like that I'm working in? Am I working from home? Will I have to commute? How long will the commute be? What's the dress code? What are my tasks each day? How are the people? How do the people treat me? How much money am I going to make? How can I benefit the company and how can I increase my value? How can they benefit me? Asking yourself these questions can help you hone in on what you truly want out of this experience, and that'll be important going forward, so that way you have direction, you know exactly where you headed, and it won't be no confusion on your path in getting there. The next step, build a strong portfolio. All right, so after that, you would need to have at least 5 to 6 strong, solid portfolio pieces around the niche that you chose. So whatever you chose, only put those in this portfolio. Now you can have multiple portfolios, but when you're choosing a job and you're choosing somewhere to work and it's only for, say, logo design as an example, you need to have 5 to 6 logos in there. Okay, nothing else. I don't want to see no flyers, no websites, nothing else. I want to see logos, okay? And I also want to see you break down your process in that portfolio. Show me how you got from A to Z. Show me how those logos function. Show me how you came up with your color theory. I want the whole process in my portfolio. So that's why you only need 5 to 6 pieces. The portfolio don't need to be 15 to 20 pages with all these damn logos. No, slim them down. And if you're struggling with picking out your favorite pieces, ask some family or friends, check out your portfolio, send them a PDF, send them an email, whatever it is with your design work in it, and put a poll together and see which one is chosen the most all the way down. So that way you can pick the strongest pieces, and whatever's the weakest, just leave it out. But the most important part about building a portfolio is this: don't copy nobody else's shit. Don't steal nobody else's shit. Have your own work. The next step would be make connections. So reach out to your family, your friends, business owners, whoever, and ask them if they will help you. Ask them if they will ask you interview questions. Ask them if they need help. Whatever niche you chose, ask them if they need that. That's the easiest way, because people hire people that they can trust and that they know. So if they know you, you gotta step up above a stranger like me. If I don't know them, they probably won't hire me. However, if I get referred to them, they definitely will hire me. Same with you. So ask them for referrals. Ask them if they know someone that needs your services. Just ask. People won't know if you don't ask. Don't expect people to just think about you off rip because this is now your dream job or whatever. People got other shit in their lives. There's people that are going through real life tragedies, real life, and they're not thinking about you off rip. So make them think about you. Post your work on your social media. Ask for feedback. Ask them if they need some help. You know what I mean? Just put yourself in the light so that way you can get chosen. Also, you need to be thinking about internships. I first got my internship at a place called Staple Gun in Oklahoma City. I was only for a couple days, but I was able to leverage that to get a position later on. I was able to use those connections that I made and have them as references. And even though I didn't even work for them, I just sat there and took notes for 3 days. But I was able to speak to the other graphic designers, build connections, speak to them throughout the year, keep in touch with them, follow up with them at least once a month. And we became friends. When I was able to start applying for jobs after college, I put them down as references and they always gave me a good word. So if you can, check out internships. The next step would be prepare yourself. During this time, you also need to be using it. Ask yourself questions, walk yourself through the interview process, ask ChatGPT questions that they might ask you during the interview process and all of that, just so you can be prepared when you get there, so you know what you're talking about and you have the confidence to speak to people and look them in their eye and let them know you there for business, you there for this job, you're gonna do whatever it takes to get it. When you start interviewing, you need to show passion. You need to be practicing in the meantime on how to speak to people. Prepare yourself with questions that they might ask. These are some of the questions that I had to get prepared for. Can you walk me through your portfolio and highlight a project you're particularly proud of and explain your design process for it? What software do you primarily use for your graphic design work? Have you ever faced a creative block or struggled to meet clients' expectations? How did you handle it? Can you discuss a time when you had to work within a tight deadline, and how did you manage your time and ensure quality? Describe a project where you had to collaborate with the team, and how did you contribute, and what challenges did you face? What inspires your work? Do you have favorite graphic designers or artists that influence you? How do you handle constructive criticism or feedback on your designs? So be open to feedback and open to changes when it comes to these interviews. And also, sometimes these jobs will ask you to do spec work, so they'll send you a project they want you to design for them. It's usually not something they're going to use. They just want to know that you know what you're doing, and they're gonna give you a time limit, and they're gonna ask you to show them how you got from point A to point Z. So be prepared for that as well. The next step, be persistent. The money is in the follow-up. I have said this a billion times. I'm gonna continue to say it. The money is always in the follow-up. You need to be following up with these jobs, with these clients, whatever it is, you need to be following up. I don't give how often you follow up, follow up. For me, after an interview, I always send a follow-up email an hour later on the dot. I have it scheduled, okay? Because I want them to know that I care. And oftentimes when you do follow up, there's a pile of people that aren't doing it. And if you're in that pile, you're not getting the job unless they truly like you or they truly know you. However, for someone who just assumes that nobody knows who I am, I'm following up an hour later, I'm following up a couple days later, and then the next week, 7 days later. You feel what I'm saying? I have it scheduled. So follow up. It don't take but 10 words. You can do that. It's nothing. You know, people respect hustlers. People respect people that show a willingness to step out the comfort zone and make themselves vulnerable. It takes a certain level of vulnerability to continue to follow up, even though you might not get the job or you might fail. They might even hire you and put you in a different position, and then you can eventually get in a position that you were interested in. You know, you just need your foot in the door at the end of the day. One time I got this job, it ended up being the worst job I've ever had.
This job was destroying me. It was destroying who I was, who I wanted to be, my dreams, my vision. The road was tough, and I reached the breaking point. I was like, man, like, I can't do this shit. I'm finna flip this fucking car.
You can watch the video here. However, I got it because I followed up, and the owner was an entrepreneur. You know, I followed up with this man twice through emails in 1 week, and then a phone call later on that week, and then I called every week after that because I wanted the job, I wanted the experience, and I wanted the fucking money. I wanted the money, dog. Look, I needed it. I was broke, but also because I saw something there. And again, that job was toxic. It was awful, but it helped my career. It helped push me. You know, oftentimes when you feel something in your stomach, it's because you need that push. There's something that, even if it's going to be a negative experience in your point of view, you probably need that experience to take you to that next level. And that job definitely did that for me. But the main thing, be patient. It's gonna take some time. It might take you a couple months, but in that meantime, you need to be working on yourself. You need to be preparing for this new career that you're taking on, this new journey you're embarking on. Give yourself grace. Don't be tripping on yourself, because we all had to start from somewhere. All of this will help you with the interview process, because they're gonna be asking you questions to see if you fit into their culture, to see if you know what you're doing, and to see if they can envision you working and doing that job that they're hiring you for. However, if you don't want to end up getting a job, you can always freelance. You can always make money freelancing, and you can make your first $1,000 by watching this video right here. It'll help you get there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.